Meghan Markle's dog Guy, but that's Guy injured at the start of Royal New Life, but that's not it, right? She says that after news of her and Harry's romance leaked, Meghan was forced to give Bogart away to a neighbor after he was traumatized by the constant noise at her home. But she
The
was able
constant
to move her
noise.
beagle Guy with her to New York, to the UK. So now the story has changed.
Mm.
Yeah, there's something weird. I can't remember what Sean said. There was something that he told me about putting news reports on the screen. So I can show the news report, then I need to take it away and put a picture of Megan up, just so you know. I just can't remember if it was specific news reports or there was something to do with news reports. So I'm erring on the
This is
side of
hello, though. This is hello. This is not really hello.
yeah.
But this is the thing. So there's two conflicting stories. The first one is Meghan, who was a close source, who said Bogart doesn't like Harry, so I choose Harry. Meghan made that sacrifice. But then we have Harry in 2024, 2023, writing that it was the noise because of the paps. And I've been to it. There were no bloody paps on that street.
I'm sorry, do they not have two children in the house at this time? And
No, we're talking the streets in Canada, sweetie. They were saying that she had to. Okay.
This is 2017.
He gave away Bogart to the neighbors.
Yeah.
She gave Bogart away to the neighbors because of the noise of the paps, and because this is what Harry's saying that happened in his memoir in 2023.
Right.
But the original story was that she had to give away Bogart because of the paps and the noise and everything that were terrifying the dog.
I'm with you. Okay, that makes sense.
Take him back to the United States. She said that she didn't want to take him back because she didn't like Harry.
Yeah, that is wild. That is wild. But look, before we go any further, P. Dinah, Lady Letitia, welcome. I hope you're both doing fabulous. P. Dinah, how have you been? It's been a couple of weeks since we've seen you. How's things going with you?
Yeah, everything's good. I'm just back from Europe.
Nice.
So getting back into the groove of things right now. It's just it's a process.
Yeah, no bother. And Lady Letitia, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking.
Good.
Because no one's ever asked me how I'm doing.
Okay, you missed something. You did not look sad and sorrow.
Okay.
And you have to go a little bit low and lower your eyes like that and bite your lip and say nobody's
No, everything's great over here.
Yeah, good. And just to remind everybody as well, Kaza has reminded us, Sean will be live tonight with Lionel covering the judge that has blocked the Epstein files from being disclosed.
Wait a minute. I was just going to be doing a video on this. They blocked it?
Listen, what I'll do is I'll just give you a little cheeky headline and then we'll leave you all gripped on the bottom of your seat. Bosh.
Okay.
Clinton judge blocks Trump from releasing Epstein files.
Oh boy.
Just when you thought it couldn't get any more, what's the word I'm looking for? Corruption. You know what I mean? It's bad. It's bad.
Wow.
So my money was actually going to be on pin everything on Bill and then declare Bill as having dementia. And then he just, gets an ankle tag and has to live out his life just wandering around a ranch, bumping into fences for the rest of his days.
There you go.
There's too many high-profile people that are involved that this will never see the light of day.
Yeah, but it's a crazy example of everything that is wrong with this apparent free world.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, he promised he would show us the files. Now they're saying there's no files. Now they're blaming Clinton. Who's next? Nancy Pelosi?
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, at this point they'll just be doing like a random draft to blame somebody and point the finger at someone,
I don't think Epstein killed himself for nothing.
It's just all bonkers. That's basically what it comes down to.
There's no files. There's nothing. What was he even there for? Or Ghislaine. Why is Ghislaine in jail for? Is she even in jail still?
Yeah, she is. Mm-hmm.
I actually heard that she's no longer in prison.
Oh, you've heard this. So this is like on the down low that she's
I heard that she's back in the homeland.
Interesting.
Back in the motherland, shall we say.
Apparently she's talked about Meghan Markle as well.
Yes.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well,
Yep. I'm gonna do my video on it. It's really bringing to light some things to think about. When you say,
yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, the next segment of this is going to involve the king's brother, but I'm pretty sure I can't show any pictures of him, so I'm just looking for an alternative. So just bear with me.
But it's very interesting because we have Virginia Roberts, who called her as a witness. I have a
Yes.
video coming on that, right, Manuela? We've been working all day on the thumbnail because I got to talk to somebody, and it was like the problem is that these people have been absolutely horrified after what happened to Virginia, and they don't believe that Virginia self-exited. So, and they're like, they were willing to come and talk when Trump said that he was going to leak the files, and everybody was very mouthy. But now that that's no longer going to happen, and what happened to Virginia Roberts, now everybody's going back into the shell. It's like, and I was
Yeah.
talking to go on the record, and now she's like,
Mhm.
I don't think this is for me right now because I'm going to wait and see. So I have to redo my video without this person because it's like I just don't want to expose myself or risk myself. And this is the thing that we YouTubers face because I've had, for example, a guy at the Windsor Arms where the king's brother used to stay. And he was going to talk. I mean, he was going to blab the crap out of it. Now I was asked not to even film inside the Windsor Arms.
Mm. Hmm.
I mean, your reputation does precede you, though. You know what I'm saying? You're a
They
bit
didn't
of
know
a.
who I was. I
Yeah,
didn't.
of course, they know who you are. Could be like, oh, well, we better Google this woman. Finally type Paula and then hit the first M. That's it. The Google search and Paula M made video. Paula M. Da, da, da. Paula M. Like, they're going to know Paula. All right. Whenever you phone somewhere, say hi. This is
They were okay
Sally.
at the
This is
beginning. They were
Sally.
the first time they were fine. And the guy who's like a foreigner has been working there for quite some time. He has some accent, but I don't know. I can't really pinpoint it. And then there was a lady who cleans there, and he said, "I'm going to get her for you, right?" And they were even going to come here. I told them you can come and see me. They were too afraid to,
Or they can come here.
that's what I told them.
Yeah.
It's not my house, but I invited them here, because I'm abusive. So, I have no tact whatsoever. And I said, come and see, because I figure, they might not want
Wearing
to.
glasses.
They might,
Yeah, I see that.
Paula gave Manuela a good ass whipping the other day, and they've made up some story about eye surgery. Okay, do you know what I'm saying? So, Paula just lost her temper again. We're sorry. Okay, we're sorry. Okay.
no, I'm going to lose my
No,
temper because
see.
she just made it more, she cut it because these things
Oh,
were
there you
full.
go.
I did half of it. And then she just went and cut. So I made it more accessible to this stupid chocolate cookie that I can't stop eating.
Yeah, this is because of lens replacement yesterday, so I have to stay with it.
Okay.
But there are
That's like,
no.
Black marks. Yeah, see?
damn.
That's very good makeup, tart makeup, and stuff like that. But no, I mean, it's so people are like, so these guys now suddenly the gentleman, because I was going to refer him to talk to a very well-known author who just published a book on entitled on the brother, right? And then he talked to me and he said, you know what? I've been told because he's about to retire that if he gives any interviews or anything, he might lose his retirement plan.
Ooh.
Really?
Yes. And this
Did you
place
know?
is very posh. I mean, I'm gonna go film it today because they didn't allow me to not even take a selfie inside. Because it is a hotel, but now they built like condos, you said, Manuela?
Yeah, upstairs.
But it's like
Screw it.
Tay stays there. Taylor Swift is so discreet,
Mm.
and it's like, and you have Justin Bieber with beautiful condos in this really posh area. You wouldn't even be able to tell it's a hotel, but it's really nice.
It's very discreet.
Mm. Hmm.
But now
That's
people are,
interesting.
like, yeah. So it is kind of interesting because let's not forget that Virginia Roberts and what Virginia Roberts' lawyers said that
Right.
Markle was a close associate of Prince Andrew.
Mm-hmm.
And during that time,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean?
What year around are you pinpointing this close association?
The close association apparently started since 2008.
Mm-hmm.
But
2008.
yeah, but it was 2008 that she became known. Before that, she was associated, but it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't really like. This is the thing. Even up to 2015, Meghan Markle was pictured in Budapest, in Istanbul, and nobody knew her name. In 2015, she appeared in the Daily Mail, and they referred to her as other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So 2005. So is this the how she allegedly met Eugenie? Like I'm never really clear on her friendship
She
with
met
Eugenie.
Eugenie in 2013 when Meghan Markle, when Eugenie moved to New York in September 2013, and she went to spend the whole September month. And Prince Andrew was there, oddly enough, and she was going to the Royal Ballet. Fergie had just left because Andrew arrived because Fergie left to help Eugenie settle, and he stayed there the entire month, and so did Meghan Markle. And Meghan Markle was getting invited to the Marchesa, who was married to Harvey Weinstein. That's when she really started profiling, and she was doing yachting since 2011 and 12.
But she knew Eugenie from her relationship.
To Soho House, to
Well,
Marcus Anderson.
Yeah.
okay, yeah. So it was through the Soho house that she knew Eugenie around 2013.
Well, apparently it was a little bit earlier. It was late 2012 because it was Meghan Markle became part of the jet set of Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
And Eugenie actually used to come to Toronto, which I had no idea because Prince Andrew used to come to Toronto and stayed at the Windsor Arms at
A
least
lot.
twice a year. A lot.
Hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of, and guys, the rumor is that Marcus Anderson may be Andrew's son.
What?
Hang on, let me get the allegedly banner. Hang on. Say that again, Paul. Let me just get the allegedly banner ready.
From
Okay,
what
sorry.
things are hearing now, because his father is not listed. If you Google him, it's very mysterious. His rise into the Soho House.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And he started working for the Soho House also in 2011, 2012. But they even dedicated a wine called Lady A rosé when he turned 40 or something like that, right? So allegedly, Prince Andrew, and this is this gentleman, and I have no reason not to believe him. When I talked to him, he goes, "Yeah, he used to come here since there all the time because he's had very good friends here in Canada. Andrew has
Yeah.
very good friends here in Canada. He spent a
Andrew's
lot of
son.
time. Yes. And he spent the time here and he met this woman that apparently is Marcus Anderson's mom around the time when she got pregnant. He does not have his father registered, and she's like a single mother, just like Janet Jenkins with her son Jason Jenkins. She was the lover of Prince Charles, or the then Prince Charles. He doesn't have a father listed. She's been divorced twice, but none of the men she married are the son's father.
Hmm. Wow.
Spicy. Well, we're
That's
going to hear a
very
lot of interesting
spicy.
things about the King's brother tonight. Like I say, we interviewed a lady called I interviewed a lady with Sean called Barbara a couple of weeks ago, and several of her friends were kept ladies, shall we say, by the King's brother in apartments around America, and she witnessed multiple. I mean, the whole series we're doing with her is because she was in that world of the Epsteins and the what the hell was that creepy guy that's in jail? The Hollywood dude, big
Oh,
round Weinstein. Yeah, Weinstein tried it on with her. It's the interview's incredible. She witnessed.
lawyer, yeah.
He's just sadly misunderstood.
She's working with Tony Busby as well right now, because she's got multiple cases. It's pretty wild. So we're going to be jumping into a segment of that interview that we sadly during this I show some pictures that moving forward I'm no longer allowed to show. So I just want to show you everybody. I'll play the first couple of minutes, and then when we get into this area, I'll need to put an image up on the screen. And when I do that, I'll need you guys to tell me that you can still hear everything that's going on, if that makes sense. So
Okay.
I'm going to set that up just now, and it'll take me just 1 minute.
But what do you think of that, Pidine and Letitia, about Meghan Markle and Marcus Anderson being Andrew's son?
That's a new one for me. I had never but hey, I could believe
No,
it.
that's really a new one. Oh, Pat, I'm
I
gonna
hadn't heard that. No, Marcus
there's a lot
Anderson.
of articles.
That's been swirling around Toronto for a long time.
And
I
there
never heard
was
that.
also articles about it. I'll send you the old articles about it because there's been articles written about it. I even did a video at the beginning of my channel.
And he went from obscurity to prominence in Toronto, just from nowhere to running. I actually think they opened up the Soho House here just for him.
Interesting.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that something, guys? But but I didn't know how much Andrew used to come to Canada, and also Eugenie.
Yeah.
Eugenie, I did, and Beatrice and Zara and Sarah Ferguson used to come here
Traveled a
all
lot.
the time.
That's interesting. I
The
mean,
stories around Toronto that have
it's
been
all gonna start coming
floating
out
around
more and
this
more.
is unbelievable. The stories around Toronto is unbelievable. It's like, like I was talking to a very good source, and the very good source told me that Corey thought that Meghan had gone to visit her mom in 2016 while she was in Botswana with Harry.
That whole time they
They
were
thought
trying to
they were
keep
looking
things
after the
quiet.
dogs. Like, it's so embarrassing, It's like,
Wow. Wow. Yeah, I think a lot more is going to come out though about Megan. She's really in the doghouse with a lot of important people around the royal family. I think because they have so much already, I think that we don't know. And hey, it's at their disposal to release things that have been suppressed. I think there's so much more out there that we don't even know about.
Oh, hell yeah.
But what do you think, Pat,
Understatement,
about that,
Pete.
about Megan's
Understatement.
links to Virginia Roberts and stuff? What do you think about this?
Yeah, I think it's legit. Like you said, she was with Harvey Weinstein's wife at an event, and you see her in these social settings to know she's trying to build her profile. She's trying to make these connections. It's what you would do, right, during that time. And she's the kind of woman that would do this, considering her ambition and what she wants to do with her life. Certainly, I believe it. I believe that she was definitely doing things during the time in the early 10s around the yachting. And yeah, it's just a personal belief that I have, considering the info out there that we can see. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but I mean, even with the information, with the tweet, we have tweets from people who said, "Megan, are you coming? Are you going to be joining us in Croatia for Yacht Week?"
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
We've shown those tweets.
Mm-hmm.
Boat racing.
Yeah.
Maybe she really like the ocean. I don't know. I don't know. What do you think, Letitia?
About him, there being the son and father.
Megan.
Yeah, the whole theory, yeah.
Well, if they got tweets and stuff and all this evidence, then it's got to be somewhat true, right, Paula?
Could be. I mean,
Yeah.
let's not start. I don't want to live in a world where everything we read on Twitter is real. First of all, that would scare me. That would be a scary concept. But I mean, anything's.
Just to clarify, Ron, the guy was asking Megan to join him for Yacht Week because he had been with her prior with that.
Oh, I bet he had. No,
he was a yacht boy. He was a yacht boy. He was like, Megan, are you free for certain week to certain week? Like, so he wasn't anything ill-intentioned or anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I tell you what, weirdo billionaires have ruined yachts and buying islands for people. I just want to point that out right now. Like anyone turns around and is like, "Oh, I'm buying an island," you're going to be like, "Are you? Are you? What was that for?"
Mm-hmm.
It's the same with yachts. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, going to go international waters, are you? Hey, just going to have yourself some parties. Yes, actually, consensually. Actually, thank you very much.
Yeah.
So, any other points that you want to throw out on Mr. Anderson, the possible lost child of the king's brother.
Hiding in plain sight. Just using that as a word, Anderson, and just putting it there. Imagine the troll. I mean, just look at the audacity. If it's true, the audacity.
Well, it looks like that Jason Jenkins, the son of Janet Jenkins, who was Charles' mistress for over 16 years, up until 1992, when she was last at Kensington Palace.
He was cheating on Camilla.
Sweetie,
No.
he was also hanging around with Kanga, Lady Kanga. She was the love of his life. This beautiful aristocratic lady, but she died of cancer in 1997. But she was Camilla's hardcore competition. Princess Diana wore what, because she used to own a boutique of dresses. So Princess Diana wore one of Lady Kanga's dresses for the Live Aid concert when in 1985 or 1986, somebody correct me of the year. So Diana made sure that she wore Lady Kanga's dress as a slap to Camilla.
Damn.
Very interesting.
Yeah, Ron sadly, the only boats that Ron can afford to hire look like this, sadly, and they're not as funky.
I'll get on.
It's like, don't worry, I could still have a goddamn good party on a canal boat. Plus, there's no chance of me hitting anything at a speed that would end in tragedy, which is important because, yeah.
That's in the Thames. It looks like the Thames River.
I don't know, but literally, I have always wanted to go on a canal boat holiday, right? Because there's just no way you're going to kill anyone in that vehicle. It's one of the few vehicles in the world, right, that you can travel across a country in, that you're pretty much guaranteed that there's going to be zero things that, other than a fire happening on board, there's nothing that could really go wrong. Pirates, canal pirates, and fire. That's all you really have to worry about. So yeah, that's the one. That is the one right there. But what I'd like to do is jump into this segment all about the wonderful king's brother and his shenanigans from this interview segment with Barbara. And it's, I keep forgetting Barbara's last name, Stoyanov, Barbara Stoyanov. So let me know that everybody can hear this, and then let me know that everyone can hear this when I take this off the screen. Okay, so everything should be fine. I think I've got everything set up properly. But we'll listen through this, and I'll play it until about here, and then I need to take it off the screen.
You touched on an important point earlier about these guys kept going back. And I think one of the most maddening things about Prince Andrew's story is not only did he keep going back, he went back after Jeffrey had his first conviction, and his security detail would have briefed him about that, and he would have overrode their advice to go back. So my question for you, Barbara, is did you ever see, or were you ever aware of royalty at any of these parties?
Oh yeah, Prince Andrew was
We can't hear.
You can't hear?
No.
No.
Hang on. Right, can you guys in the side chat, could you still hear it?
Nobody can hear Ron.
Okay, it's fine. Just give Ron a second.
But it's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Is that from the puppet show?
Yeah, that's Spitting Image. So what I could do is, hang on a second. So if I put this, so this is where we need to be. Show this tab. Okay, I apologize. I'm going to put it back to the beginning just so that I can test the sound, everybody. I do apologize.
Jeffrey had his first conviction, and his security detail would have briefed him about that, and he would have.
And now nobody can hear it.
No. We can't hear
Stops.
it. It stops.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so then what I need to do is turn desktop properties from system. Think about this, brain.
But it's not.
That's a spitting image. That's the thing from the
It's
spitting
not
image.
moving. It's supposed to move, or is it a still?
No, don't worry.
Sure. P. Dinah, are you eating chicken again? I can see.
Candy.
Here. What are you eating?
Not chicken.
You're going to get canceled, Paula. You're going to get canceled, okay? You're going to get someone's going to take that out of context.
She disappeared and then she came back and she was eating chicken.
Don't let her away with that crap, P. Dinah. All right, it's 2025, God damn it. All right, it's 2025. Right, no. Just everyone bear with me. So if we put the desktop coming out of here, right, which is there, can you guys hear this now?
No, nothing.
No.
Oh, hang on, that's why. Hang on. All right. All of you don't know how your ears work. That's what I'm going to understand by that. Right. So what I need to do is just very, very quickly adjust this stage a little bit. And we need to put this back over here. But then we need to do this so that nobody can actually really see anything. So what I need to do is kind of shrink all of this into a tiny little space. Is that possible? There we go. Yes.
Was paying for their apartment.
You hear it now, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. They were 20, 21 years old. Yeah. They were sleeping with him. Eastern European.
Actually, let's put it back to the beginning because we've just come in like a minute into this. So let's just.
You touched on an important point earlier about these guys kept going back. And I think one of the most maddening things about Prince Andrew's story is not only did he keep going back, he went back after Jeffrey had his first conviction, and his security detail would have briefed him about that, and he would have overrode their advice to go back. So my question for you, Barbara, is did you ever see or were you ever aware of royalty at any of these parties?
Oh, yeah. Prince Andrew was two of my friends that were models. He was paying for their apartment in New York. Mm-hmm. They were 20, 21 years old. Yeah. They were sleeping with him. Eastern European. Because I asked them, how did you get this apartment? Because I paid for my apartment. I bought my apartment. I lived next door to Chelsea Clinton was my next door neighbor. How come these girls have very expensive buildings and they're not working? And I was making $1 million a year and they have better apartments than I do. Why is that? Because he was supplying their apartments, paying for he was at Epstein's. I've seen him there.
Oh, someone called Paula in.
He was there.
You got the allegations by Virginia that Andrew paid a huge settlement for, but to this day he's denying even knowing her and saying that the photo of his arm around her is fake or he doesn't remember it. Do you think that's preposterous?
Preposterous. Mm-hmm. If he was paying for those two models, how many other models was he paying for? Yeah. Check their bank.
You mentioned him paying for models that were from Eastern Europe then, and the second procurer in charge after Ghislaine Maxwell was Jean-Luc Brunel, who had his own modeling agency.
Yep.
Did you hear about him at the time?
Yeah, he was my agent.
Wow.
When I was with Elite Models. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I know Jean-Luc. I know Jean-Luc very well. He knows me too.
Yeah, and so you're suspicious about how he died? Exactly the same method as Jeffrey?
I think maybe they just probably killed him to shut him up.
Yeah, that's what I think as well.
He's nothing. He's just garbage. He's just he's a nothing. Like, so they opened up an agency together. Epstein invested into MC2 Models, and I know a lot of the girls that were with that agency, and those, and I think maybe both of them were with Prince Andrew.
And did you get bad vibes from Jean-Luc, or was he a normal person?
No, he's disgusting. We all knew it. We all knew it. They would give the models bags of cocaine to stay skinny. So they would, work.
Wow.
And stay skinny. Mm-hmm.
And what other stories did you hear about him? I mean, you can say anything you want because he's
Okay. So Jean-Luc was a big predator. Jean-Luc would get all the Eastern European girls. He would pimp them out to all the like CEOs of all the name brands. He would take them on trips, pay for them for their fashion, for their outfits. He would get them apartments. They had a model's apartment that they would all stay in, like 10 women in one apartment, all crammed in. It was actually disgusting. And so I was looking into starting my own agency, my own modeling agency. I asked 2 of my agents in London to invest with me. And they said, Barbara, you're very ballsy for starting this. I said, I could take all the Eastern European girls and I can make them rich by working. And I said, these women are being trafficked. I know they are being trafficked by these men. So I was planning to start my own modeling agency and help save these girls because they would tell me in our language what was going on.
So,
all right. Okay, so this is one of the key points that Babs talks about, is these Eastern European girls, if they can't speak English, that's all the better, because once they're brought over here stuck in these apartments, there isn't anyone that they can really talk to fluently about what it is that's going on. So let's have a little chat. The allegations of Prince Andrew having multiple Eastern European girls being put up in apartments, it really is at a point where none of this is surprising, right? It's quite sad when you're like, oh, okay, or Prince Andrew, alleged predatory madness. And it's true. It's true. So what are you guys' thoughts on that? You guys want to give us a little reaction to that, or what your thoughts are? Letitia, want to start? I'll come down the side panel here. What are your thoughts on it? You surprised?
Well, I was wondering how the lady that is speaking, the young lady,
Yep.
how she was going to help these women that were being trafficked, if I can say that word. Because she said that she was going to try to help them by opening up a modeling agency. So what was she going to do? Smuggle them out, or
No. I think it's more. I think what her meaning behind that, Letitia, was more that these girls were promised work. Okay, they're all promised these huge careers, and then they get there, and then they're passed around like bongs, mistreated. And some of them who are willing to do the most outrageous, horrific stuff will slowly move up the ladder, and when you listen to Barbara's interview, her incident with Weinstein was over a movie role, and I'm not going to say the movie, you can watch the interview, but the lady who is now in that movie obviously did what Babs refused to do to get the part. And the whole system is like this, and
it's horrible.
It's wild. And Babs is going to be here on Tuesday for a Q&A, and we're going to be going into the next part of her story. It's incredible, and she wants to focus on exposing this whole industry.
Well, that would be good, because she did say that she wanted to help these women, and that would be great, because it looks like they are doing stuff that they have to do because they don't speak English. They are trying to probably eat a meal or something like that. They're probably put into a situation where they have to.
Oh yeah, it's a dire street. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a gilded cage scenario. So you're living a high life, but you're having to do horrible things in order to you've been tricked into it, basically.
Right.
She goes on to talk about Naomi Campbell allegedly being involved in serious horrificness, allegedly. And it's quite incredible what she exposes. So Paula and Manuela, what are your thoughts on the reaction to that? What's your reaction, I should say?
I don't know. I think that a lot of these women, girls, they come and they join modeling agencies because they know, I think, especially when they come from Eastern European. I've talked to a few of them, that it's a way for them to meet wealthy people and to be able to move ahead. They leave their country, they come into America, they meet a wealthy guy, he's going to pay for them. They're hoping to get married to them, so they're hoping to get citizenship. I think a lot of them do that. So they kind of know the score.
Well, that's one thing, right? Because that's when we talk about looking for a wealthy guy to get married to, that's got nothing to do with business. That is, I know exactly what you're talking about, though. But when we're talking about here, we're talking about major modeling representatives around the world and individuals that are using official, business, proper businesses to move these women around. Because, if it was human transport, human moving around in the evil criminal world, they can't make it look like that. It's got to be willing human transportation. You've got to sign up and be happy to take that first step. Because if you're willing to travel there with a smile on your face, then you don't realize what you're involved in. And it's much safer for me to convince you to come to me than me to come and get you and force you to come with me. You see what I'm saying? And this seems to be the lifestyle, the culture of these elite level old men, if you will. And the names that are going to be dropped over the next couple of interviews, it's going to blow your minds, because people often say this: what about the people behind the people? The people that supported Epstein, the people that supported Diddy, the people. Well, Babs has seen it all, and she's got some wild tales, some wild tales. One involving Jay-Z on her 21st birthday, which you're going to learn all about, because she wants to talk about the tactics that are used by rappers and the music industry on the models in order to lure them from one venue to private parties and then roofies, and the date are substances and things like this are used. And it's when she explained it all to me, it's almost a foolproof system of grooming and predatory actions towards women that you wouldn't even notice if you weren't ready to and looking for it. And she's going to dive into it all. So yeah.
There's also a level of belief. They must be believing, and they have hope, and they believe what these people are saying to them, and they don't see it as it is.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing, Manuela. It's because they've got the big shiny logo as the front. If it was, if the sales call went like this: "Hi, Manuela, my name is frickin' Jose. I'm from the Mexican cartels. We were hoping to smuggle you and pass you around like a bong around America."
That wouldn't fly.
Do you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? So it's one of them. So we'll play a couple. No, sorry, P. Diner. What are your thoughts? I mean, where does this land with you, with regards to the King's brother?
Well, I just think he made a lot of poor choices, right? He did things that he should have known better, and now he's really paying the price for. I mean, so many things that I think he wonders, how could this happen to me? I think he's got so much arrogance. Yeah, he's got so much arrogance about him. And it's just very typical of people, I think, certain people that are in this environment. I mean, he's a spare, Harry's a spare. And they're Harry, I think, is also at the same time in his own little scandal with Meghan that is just getting worse by the day. And I think Andrew has got some skeletons. I just do. I think he's done some things that he regrets. I mean, there were talks that things that came out in the in January when there were documents released on the Epstein files, things that Andrew has said were not true that were found to be true in those documents. So he's lied to cover up things.
Yeah.
And I think at this point he just needs to disappear and go away and just understand it's a wrap, just like it's going to be a wrap for Meghan and Harry at some point too, where they can't put out things because their credibility is going to be so shot. They don't have a way to move forward and make money, and so what's happened to Andrew is happening as we speak. I think more things that he's done is going to come out.
Yeah.
And yeah, and it's going to be similar in terms of Harry and Meghan with the other things that are going on. Their reputations are shot. It's just going to get worse and worse the more they try to put out there.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to say something quickly also that a lot of people they take, oh, if it's a royal, there's credibility, there's cachet. I mean, P. Dine and I were hooked in by this a painter. I mean, just because of his proximity to the royal family, and that gave
Hmm.
him credibility because people think these people wouldn't dare do this because they have a lot to lose if they get caught. So they have that air of the royal family, and even celebrities want to be around the royal family,
Yeah.
especially the British royal family. And that's one of the things that it's not that I wanted something from the painter, but it's just like, wow, he's a painter and he's contacting me and he's actually really close to the royal family.
Hmm.
And you feel almost honored that they're
Yeah.
contacting you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, Pat? Remember when I
Yeah.
contacted you? It's like, is this guy for real?
And he was I mean, he did paint for the Royals, and yeah, he had a very impressive resume and talent in proximity to the Royals. And then he contacts you, and you're like, oh, wow, this is an honor,
Yeah.
and then you find out these things, and then you think, well, how deep does this go?
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at people, others that have been caught up in this whole pedophilia, right? It runs deep with a lot of important people, like their
Yeah.
associates. That's questionable.
But you know what's so sweet? Manuela said, "Oh, that's because they have so much privilege in their board." And I said, "Manuela, but that's not it. It really, if I get bored, I'm probably gonna go and adopt like 100 dogs because that's what I would do. Like Princess Diana was also privileged, and she didn't think about that. Instead, she
Hmm.
just want to go walk through minefields, and I'm gonna help leprosy or and AIDS and stuff like that. That depends on the person's soul, your values, your moral compass."
Hmm. Yeah. And Andrew should have known better. I mean, he had all the important people around him telling him what not to do, but yet his arrogance got the better of him, his ego, you
Yeah.
know?
He didn't think he would get caught
Yeah.
or he would get in trouble or whatever above the law.
But
Yeah.
also they grow up with this entitlement, especially and
Yes.
what Andrew Lowney, but what Andrew Lowney said, and Prince Andrew was especially entitled. He
Yeah.
was especially spoiled by everybody. I mean, the fact that he rammed the Kensington Palace gate, the Buckingham Palace gates, and the taxpayers had to pick up the tab. Can you imagine? No, sorry, that was not Andrew Lowney. That was Mr. Norman Baker, the former MP and also former Privy Counsel to the Queen, said that would be like if any of us had done that, would be in jail in no time.
Hmm. Absolutely.
You have Prince Andrew destroying public property that does not belong. Let's not forget, Kensington Palace does not belong, and Buckingham Palace do not belong to the monarchy. There are government properties, and he rammed the because they didn't open the gates fast enough, or something like that.
Yeah. That's just disgusting behavior.
Right.
$80,000 to the $87,000 to repair those gates, and he got a new Range Rover, of course.
Wow. Oh, he just recently.
No, when he rammed the gates.
Oh.
From when he did that. When was that reported, Paula? When he rammed
I
the
think it was 2014 or something like that.
Oh.
Okay.
And if
Mhm.
somebody in the chat can verify that. But the taxpayers picked up the tab.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
we always do.
but
Okay.
just in fact, guys, because for security reasons, they have to know, especially after what happened to the Queen, that guy was sitting next to her bed when she woke up. For security reasons, they have to always write down who comes in and out of the palace. Well, Andrew demanded that they didn't. So there's a lot of people that we don't know were there, like that Chinese spy and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's if
Mhm.
that's if they came through the front door, and not one through of the many bizarrely secret tunnels, passages, freaking running man tubes, whatever it is that they've got for getting people in and out of these places.
Yeah, they didn't. Yeah.
And we just found out, I don't know if you guys
The
know this, but we
doors.
just found out that Prince Andrew, had a girlfriend living with him at the Royal Lodge for many years. And she used to get in and out, and nobody knew about it.
Ooh.
He had a girlfriend.
Yeah, living at the Royal Lodge.
Yeah.
For many years.
Years.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
And she used to come. She was literally even coming and going. So this is why I say to you people that whenever they want to, they can be
Mhm.
private.
Oh, 1 second.
Is that Otis? Is that cheater?
I could even show you how we could
That's
get
funny.
in that place without actually. We could come from like a block away and get in here.
Really?
All right.
Yeah.
So if you guys haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe. All of our panel members' links are in the description. I'm going to just play in a couple of minutes of this video, and then we will carry on with the show.
So one of the allegations that Virginia made that's not picked up very readily by mainstream media was the allegation of what happened on the island, whereby there was a sex party involving Prince Andrew, Jean-Luc Brunel, Maxwell, Epstein, and a bunch of East European girls, and that Jean-Luc and Epstein and Andrew were joking. They were the easiest ones to do these things to because they didn't speak any English.
I know. It's true. I mean, look, can you imagine taking your models from your agency, whipping them down on your jet straight to the island, giving them some cocktails? Oh, hello, welcome to you get a cocktail and you have your beautiful Chanel bag and you could stay all weekend. Then they drug you and you don't know what's going on.
Yeah, so what you're saying really corroborates what Virginia said.
Yeah. That's what they do. That's why they opened the agency, so they're not traced because they're in a modeling agency. So the girls, they get them visas. They get the girls visas. They're not accounted for. They're missing.
Which was my next question. So the pipeline Jean-Luc Brunel had bringing the girls in from East Europe, their visas were fast tracked through their connections at the government.
Yes, and I have to get visas to work in Europe, and that's also fast tracked. They have connections. It's very connected. It's very interconnected. These women are not accounted for. Look, what are you going to do? Go to the parents in Ukraine and Kiev and say, oh, where is your daughter? I don't know. She was modeling and somehow she disappeared. That's it. You're over. You're done. You're toast. And Jean-Luc does not care. He doesn't care. He's Epstein's pimp for the models.
So what if
He's Epstein's pimp.
Barbara, did you actually hear of girls who
On you go, Letitia.
Well, these women that are models, girls, are they old enough? How old are these girls?
I think we're talking about 19, 20.
Okay, old enough not to have their parents.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, good point though.
disappeared or OD'd or anything like that?
So there was a girl, she was Eastern European. She jumped out of a building in New York.
Wow.
She jumped out of a building because of the shame she felt. I know a lot of girls that go missing all the time. We always heard girls missing. We haven't even gotten into the boys yet.
So there's another character I want to get to then that was above Brunel, and that is Wexner, who owned the Limited, Victoria's Secrets, etc. Did you guys hear about Wexner during those days?
Oh, yes. What do you mean? He's the head boss. He's the boss of the whole fashion industry. If you get in with Victoria's
Can we get a consciousness check on Manuela there? Can we get a consciousness check on Manuela?
Secret, you're in with Banana Republic, you're in with Express, you're in with Bath and Body Works. Those are all big jobs. And once you're in, because I was in with Victoria's Secret, so I worked with Express and all these big names. If I become a problem, I start becoming a problem, they won't book.
Whoa, we've got another Paula M in the chat. Paula Massey, what is happening? What is happening? Paula M, the second. Hell yeah. I'm here for it.
Book me anymore. So a lot of these girls, they would say, oh, you could be a model like her and work for Victoria's Secret. You want to come on my island? That's what they do.
So researchers like Ryan Dawson and Whitney Webb have alleged that Wexner was involved with intelligence.
Can I just ask who PD is? Has P Dina got two accounts?
No,
I keep bringing them in and then bringing them out, and they keep going out again.
no. She only has
So,
one of them.
I don't know who that is. So identify yourself down there, please. Stick it in the side chat. Otherwise, I'll
George?
it's now disconnected. That's all right. It might be George. We'll see.
Israeli intelligence, the Mossad, the CIA, and the mafia as well. Would that kind of thing have been kept secret from you, or would you have heard rumors of things like that?
Well, the rumor that I heard about Lex Wexner is that he's a big dog. You don't want to piss him off. You don't want to be on the bad side. You don't want to cause problems. We knew that somehow he and Epstein were friends, but we didn't know why or how. And so we knew that Jeffrey had some sort of connection to him, but we didn't know how. We just knew that you have to like kiss their ass. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to cause problems. You don't want to create any type of divide. You don't want to kiss and tell. You know who these big dogs are. You know that they have a higher up in the industry, and the agencies know this too. They work with them. Jeffrey Epstein would call my agency to get set up on dates with the models.
Yeah, Wexner was the person I was referring to earlier on when Maria Farmer told us she was at the property and things happened to her, and she called the cops, and the cops were like, "Hey, we're already out there guarding the property. There's nothing we can do for you." And she was just trapped in the Wexner property. But it seems that he's at this level whereby he's so wealthy, he's in this untouchable class of people with Bill Clinton, etc., where nothing ever happens to these people.
I think it's so intertwined and it's so affiliated with politics. It is much bigger than we can ever imagine.
Yeah, and listen, we've been saying this for years, that the cabal and this whole group of individuals, the world's best kept secret, the ones that prey on the younglings and the vulnerable, it is a global issue, and it is intertwined with everything. You know, we've seen multiple conspiracy theories turn to conspirafact. We've seen individuals like Epstein, individuals like Diddy. We've seen Savile, and sadly, many more. And when we look at the levels that I refer to as so our level, anything that we can witness, so celebrities, politicians, these sort of people, but the people that are behind the scenes, the ones that are under the veil, are the ones who are pulling the strings, and the ones who really have been facilitating this for hundreds, if not thousands of years. This is not a new thing. Nobody just woke up in the 50s and went, "Hey, do you know what we should do? We should start R-ing a bunch of kids. Anyone in? Everybody? Okay." Like, there's a reason for all of this. There's a reason that absolutely talentless are famous. There's a reason for all of it, and it's right in front of your faces. And there's still a large percentage of people that find comfort in stories like this because there's such a level of deniability.
Yeah.
That, it couldn't possibly, because it's the royals. They've done an experiment with authority figures on the average human being, where they had a doctor in one room, and they would bring in one of the contestants, if you will, and they would sit in front of a machine, and in the other room was an actor, and the person was told to increase the amount of voltage that they thought they were electrocuting the person in the other room, just because a doctor was telling you. And something like 80% of people gave that person in the other room 3 times the lethal dose of electricity just because a doctor said. Now, Lady Letitia, I know what you're thinking. A bunch of people died for science. It was an actor, okay? And they weren't actually being electrocuted, okay? Just because you're going to have nightmares about this, Letitia, all right? And basically, that mindset is why we listen to a doctor, listen to a policeman, listen to a lawyer, and on a more sort of natural progression of the human mind factor, it would be your parents, your teacher, if you're in the scouts or whatever like that, your team leaders. And as we grow up, our bosses, all of this stuff, there's always this mindset that because someone is of an authority figure or a professional person, that we're going to trust their word more than others. And I believe you said earlier, Paula, that people just still don't believe it because it's the royal family, right? How could they possibly do wrong? And that's where people find the comfortable line of deniability in this. You can see people that are so interested in it, Paula, but then they still won't believe it.
Well, the thing is, though, I think that before it was the queen, really the respectability of the queen.
Yes.
Now that the queen is gone,
yeah,
and now we only have Prince William and Catherine, literally, and Prince Edward and Princess Anne, who's kick-ass. But other than that, it was literally because, let's not face, we always look at the head of the institution, and the head of the institution at the time was Queen Elizabeth, who was absolutely phenomenal, in my opinion. I know some people may disagree, but to me, she was phenomenal, and whatever you may think, she was family. She put duty first. I mean, she kicked her own favorite son out. She was very stern with Harry. No, you cannot wear military uniform. No, you cannot put a wreath on the Veterans Day. And now what do we have? We have Harry posting letters, and Charles is nowhere near the VJ Day. It is absolutely gone to hell. We have a king posting on Easter that we Catholics or the Church of England people, the Anglicans, have to emulate the other religions. It is insane. So people are, the respectability factor, to me, in my very humble opinion, it's gone because the queen is no longer there, and she was somebody to look up to. Not anymore.
It's also somebody that you believe would not be corrupted, but everybody else around her, you can see that they're very corrupt. It's that whole thing. She seemed to be, she actually stood for something.
Yes.
The ones are just waffling for the fastest deal they can make behind the scenes, selling access, selling this, compromising, It's just
something going on. I'll tell you that. There's definitely something going on. And the more I think about it, the more I think we are witnessing the unveiling of the final acts of the largest global blackmailing we've ever seen.
Hopefully we're getting to the unveiling. Hopefully we're going to get to the nugget. This is what I hope.
You're not.
They're running out of curtains.
Ron, you're not.
Finally get to the last one.
You're not going to believe, but less than about 3 blocks away, there's some Masonic temple.
The Masonic temple.
The Masonic temple right around here in a huge corner.
Everything happens here.
Wow.
Where are all the cool people at?
Oh,
yeah, I mean, there's lodges.
The Masonic temple is right around about 3.5 blocks away from here, and it's a huge corner, huge building.
Yeah, wow. I mean, the thing is that when it comes to Masonic stuff and the Freemasons, right? The Freemasons has a system that is corruptible through their own way of creating a lodge after you become a grandmaster, and if you're an evil, twisted monster who gets to start a lodge because you've reached the level of grandmaster, and for the last 10 years you've been making a list of all the like-minded evil monsters like you, and you found a lodge based off that ethos, then you're only ever going to be taking in members of that ethos. And that works both ways for the good of mankind, the bad of mankind, and pure evil. You've got Masonic lodges that mainly are full of policemen or bankers, and they keep it very, very close to those roles, if you will. But then you've got other lodges that are literally full of 70-year-old old men that are thankful to get out of the house every week, get absolutely wasted with the boys, and have a pie. But it's so corruptible. It's so easy to see how evil and people with evil intentions can flourish in a system where lodges can be set up in the name of one man or a group's ethos. And it's a fascinating one because America was founded by the Masons, and it was the first stone that was ever laid, I do believe, was a Masonic stone. And yeah, but I'll tell you this, when you look at the history of the Masonic laws, shall we say, the majority of the Yorkshire or the Scottish rites of Freemasonry have a little bit of a chuckle over the American version of Freemasonry, just to be clear. So it's one of them. But other than that, it's one of those things. It's like you're always going to have evil segments of everything, but if you're already a secret society or a society with secrets, you're going to have the finger pointed at you, and if any of your people act out, you're going to all be brushed with the same tarnish, if you will, because you've already come from an era of secrecy. And I think that's where a lot of people spiral and start going down rabbit holes on the internet. Trust me, the Freemasons, just the same way as like the milkmen and the postmen and the people that work in McDonald's, are just as corruptible. It's just they've got a more sort of fascinating club to be part of, if that makes sense, which adds the intrigue to it all. So that's my 2 cents on the Masons.
No, but it's interesting to see what's happening right now, because I mean, right now, in the book from Norman Baker, Mr. Norman Baker hasn't even come out. I did an interview with him, and he's talking because he's going to talk finances and how King Charles wants to go back to kind of like absolute monarchy. I just want to correct somebody because
without responsibility.
without the responsibilities, because somebody said on the chat that Buckingham Palace belongs to the royal family. It doesn't. It belongs to the Crown State. Just because
The
it says
people,
Crown
right?
State, just because it says Crown State, it doesn't mean it belongs to the monarchy, to the royals. It belongs. The crown. It's called Crown State because there is a monarchy. If there was no monarchy, it would be just government property. But they have that, yeah. The monarch, the queen only owns Balmoral Castle and Sandringham House, which are not publicly funded. The Kensington Palace, and I think that Charles bought a few houses afterwards. But those castles and Windsor Castle, all of them are actually, they're Crown State properties.
Okay. It's almost like they're borrowing it or using it.
Well, it's like the White House. While you're president, you live there.
Right.
There's for people to know. It's like, because somebody was saying that Buckingham Palace and Kensington belong to them. They don't. It belongs to the government. It belongs to the taxpayers.
Even the Queen.
Well, the Queen was saying
have anything except that nickname, right?
Yeah, even the Queen said when Meghan Markle took that Lilibet name, she says, "Oh my God, I don't own anything," and Lilibet is one of the few things I own, and they even took that. Remember, Pat?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
It's terrible.
Owns an interesting choice of words there. I'm not going to lie. If you guys can just make sure you like and subscribe. Once again, everyone's links are down in the description. And Paul, carry on, Paul, with what you were saying.
I say, like the Queen, people are very mistaken because even Princess Margaret once, Princess Anne was asked once by a student who wanted to be smart mouth, "Oh, how does it feel to own a Buckingham Palace?" And she says, "Well, first, I don't own it. The taxpayers do. It's a Crown State. We don't own it. So it's just something to remember because unfortunately, not all royals are as grounded as Princess Anne or even Prince William. You have people like Andrew
and Harry,
who's very entitled, or even Fergie. What is that woman still doing there? I mean, what do you think, Pat? Why is Fergie there?
Well, yeah, why is she still there?
Where's she gonna go?
Well, am I the only one that thinks Fergie's a freaking legend? Like, am I the only one that genuinely sees Fergie as a legend? Like, she is the alcoholic aunt at like your best friend's hen do that we all know, the stereotypical drunken aunt at a hen do. Like,
it's always around.
Oh, she's a train wreck. She is like that woman. She could mess up. Letitia, she could.
Like
oh my God! What was that? What just happened there? The set list. What was that?
I mean, Pat, what do you think of Fergie? Highlight Pat. What do you think of Fergie?
I just think she, like Ron said, she is a train wreck. She's got a lot of scandal behind her, but yet she just doesn't go away. I think she's just desperate to be in the fold.
I'll say this. I like that. Hang on one second. I'll say this for you, Pat, though, right? So she is hard to get rid of, but she's also, in my opinion, narcissistically and self-involved enough to watch allegedly someone close to her do, say, crimes or, you know, humiliating things as to that a husband could do if you have a wife or whatever, and willing to swallow that pill down, keep secrets in order to keep that dollar,
That's right.
you know what I'm saying? So although she's a legend, there's also a good point, like tiny chance she's an actual psychopath or sociopath, allegedly, but not in a fun way. Do you know what I'm saying? Not like, oh, she's a bit of a character. Like, you know, if my theory's right, and she got to the age of 90 and released her memoirs with a bunch of mad receipts from the 1960s, 70s, and 80s of all these people up to shenanigans, I think that she could do that, because I think she's seen some stuff and she's got a reputation for shutting up as long as you keep the wine.
Right.
Wait, what? Why are you two in sync like weird twins this evening? Like, what is going on? Like, have you two like soul sistered since you guys have met?
Hey, sister.
But Pat, I was just gonna say something, because with Fergie, the thing that really bothers me, and I think you have a very good interview coming up. The thing that bothers me with Fergie is that she's still living in royal property. She's not paying any rent. This is a woman absolutely corrupt. And did you guys know that Kevin Spacey gave an interview to Piers Morgan where he said, no, I have never seen Andrew. Even when I went to sit at the throne, I only saw him once. And now he was pictured with Fergie less than a month ago at an event.
Kevin Spacey?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Interesting. Let me find that.
I'll put it right now.
In it about Fergie, because I was wondering why they didn't invite Fergie to the coronation. She's one of those people that always shows up, and you're like, why is she here? Kind of a thing.
Because I'll tell you this, right? She's going to arrive steaming drunk with like one of those boxes of red wine, right? She's going to arrive with a box of red wine in her hand, and she's going to spill some stuff. Okay, she looks like a spiller.
And I'm sharing the article here on the screen. So
yeah, of course. I think it's more of a like family shame thing. I think she's majorly like the oddball of that group.
Because I don't think she's ever going anywhere. Because what's she gonna do? Get a job?
No, because she's got the freaking receipts, yo. Somewhere she's got a bunch of Polaroids that have kept her alive and wealthy all this time, allegedly.
Yeah, she ain't going nowhere.
And I mean, to me, I don't know about you guys. I'd like to hear your opinion on this. When Kevin Spacey sat in that interview with Piers Morgan, and Piers Morgan said, have you seen Andrews? Oh, no, I don't know him at all. I think he was doing one of his best acting.
Yeah, I think if you're a white guy, you should never wear a suit that's the same color as your complexion. Like it will, I'm very, it's very unsettling looking at Kevin Spacey in this picture. It's very unsettling. Like there's a lot.
I mean, what do you guys think of him saying that he hasn't know? Of course they know. Of course they talk to each other. You're not going to get into the throne room and sit at the throne and not know Andrew and stuff like that, especially when your name was not even allowed to be signed as you being inside of Buckingham Palace, which is a security breach.
He didn't got
Kevin Spacey looks like somebody has cut open their pinky finger.
He don't even look like him. I like the white suit.
It'd be nice if you listen. If his complexion was just a little bit more like sun-kissed, no problem. But the red tie and the green and red cornichon.
Why is the only reason Fergie is getting invited there? Because she is the Duchess. She's Duchess of York. She's doing walkabouts once again. How do you guys feel about her doing walkabouts at Easter and all kinds of things?
Yeah, I think she's a part of the family.
Yeah. If I was Fergie, I would be milking it, right?
I would too.
And I'll tell you something else. There's a bunch more problematic individuals in the royal family I would rather not see it stuff than Fergie. Just, you know.
I think that you don't understand how bad Fergie is.
Quiet.
Oh, I definitely don't. 100%. Oh, no, 100%.
Fergie is the laughing fool who's the most evil.
Oh, yeah. I believe that too. Oh, no, she's not there. No one's there and going, oh, I respect the decision for them to have brought Fergie here. We're looking at it and going, ha 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 ha. What's the wild cards on the table, baby? The pin's out the grenade. What's gonna happen? Right? Because I mean, that's the vibe she gives off. She gives off the vibe of like, okay, if it was just me, Fergie, and Paula at the party, I don't know if I'd want Fergie there. But if it was me, Paula, another 200 people, and a drunk Fergie, oh, you know, at some point, you know, at like 2, 3 in the morning, she is going to be
letting loose.
That's the one thing, right? That's what letting loose. Let's go with that. Let's go with letting loose. Oh yeah.
She wouldn't be singing songs. That's the difference, though. But you know,
no, she looks like the sort of person that pulls out a 6-shooter from her purse and starts firing it into the air in someone's back garden in her freaking nightwear, you know, hair tied back, face painted blue, firing her 6-shooter off into the air, be like, I am Fergie! Obey my authority! 100%.
No, and we also have that video that she did when she was busted, when she's telling the guy, I'm going to introduce you to Andrew, Prince Andrew, but he has to keep his hands clean. I'm just going to listen to your friendship and then I activate. So basically I do the dirty work while Prince Andrew, because he's a Prince of England, stays clean because his hands cannot get dirty. I do the dirty work. And I think that this is why they keep her around, because she's done the dirty work for quite a few royals.
Yeah. And although Prince Philip didn't like her at all, like he despised her. And I think that's the only reason why we didn't see her before, because he prevented it. Yeah, now that he's gone, she's been able to be seen more.
Oh, wow.
That looks like a woman, right? That
send me that picture.
It ain't going nowhere.
Like that woman there is one of two things at 3:30 in the morning: the life and soul of the party, or the number one suspect that is being chased down by the police. It's only one of those two things, man. That face there, I swear to God, I could take that and turn that into a horror movie. Like that whoever she is looking at did not make it out of this event at all. At all. What you don't know is she pushes a little button on her Birkin, and this little thing at the back of her hat, that's a murder drone. Those are the wings. The hat just takes off and just into her freaking victims, man. I'm telling you. But that
Launi said that Prince Philip was her mom was Prince Philip's, one of Prince Philip's mistress.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, she's looking at that guy like, you will smell my finger. Oh man.
So Fergie's mom was actually the mistress of Prince Philip.
One mistress, Susan Barantes, and actually Prince Philip used to stay, according to Mr. Launi, and I have no reason to doubt him because he's a reputable historian. He used to stay when he went to Argentina, because she moved to Argentina. She used to stay with her.
Oh,
yeah, I think this is a good picture just to display something here. So this is young Fergie, right?
Yeah.
Just for all those people out there that like marry a young hot woman, just remember what's coming. All right, just remember what's coming. Okay.
That was never a young hot woman.
No, I'm sorry. She was never young and hot.
No. She's not an ugly. She is not an ugly. No, this is not the 80s. This is the 80s. This she's not. She's definitely not. She's not ugly. Definitely not ugly. She's an attractive woman. She's an attractive woman. It's an attractive woman.
No, she was photogenic. She took a good picture because she's handsome.
She was handsome. She was handsome. That is the most mean girl backhanded thing. Did you? What was it? What was the eye surgery? What was the eye surgery for? Can they only inject extra?
We use that terminology.
Yeah, listen. Can they only inject extra bitch cells through the eye or something like that? Was this like a toughening up surgery? We're like, can I get 20% more bitch, please? I need to be more badass. Can you just? I need to be more sad.
Guys, before I forget, I'm gonna have a video coming about Doria, because she got up to some stuff while she was in Canada. She swindled one huge person here. And it didn't do well for her. You know, I was shocked. I mean, the things that people are now talking about. I mean, Meghan, the restaurants that she went to, and she called herself the fiancée of Prince Harry when she started dating him. She was living with Corey. And Corey didn't know this. I mean, this woman knew how to compartmentalize because, and also how people. How did she do it? I mean, how can, for example, Jessica Mulroney not know about that? Because had Jessica Mulroney known about that, probably Jessica Mulroney would have said, "What the hell? I can't be associated to this kind of crap."
Yeah, they didn't know.
Okay, let me respond to this, right? So, yes, Ron would have no problem with Meg coming back. I would love it if Meg and Harry came back, not because it would be good for the royals, but because could you imagine Paula's freaking content, right? Could you imagine Paula's initial run? Right? Could you imagine? It'd be the first.
Can you beat me? Can you beat me for a couple of minutes? For a couple of 3 words?
Yeah, I could go. That's exactly what. That's exactly it. That's why it would be great. Plus, I'm bored, man. Like the king's gone crazy, right? We've got.
Your boredom is going to come to an end. Your boredom has come to an end pretty soon because Meghan Markle is getting ready to release 3 videos, which I've had the unpleasure of watching.
What videos
of Harry.
Wait a minute. Backtrack. Rewind. What?
Yep, I've had the unpleasure of watching 3 disgusting videos that Meghan Markle is asking her friends to leak about Harry, and they're not flattering at all.
Really?
Can you tell us what he's doing in those videos?
Oh, please tell me he's pooping. Pooping. My money's on pooping. Come on.
He's what?
In one of them, he seems to be making love to his then girlfriend in Botswana the first time.
Okay.
Why would you give those to Meghan?
Wait a minute. How did he get the video?
He didn't know he was being filmed. He did not know he was being filmed. Just like when Meghan was caught filming around Kensington Palace and she was kicked out.
You could almost say the reason he married her.
I don't know, but I can tell you he only has 1 testicle.
Big shout out to the boys with 1 testicle. Let's go. Yes, boys. Let's go. Let's go. Hell yeah.
Right. What?
I mean, I've had the misfortune because from what I understand,
be in charge of counting testicles.
I'll show you the video. I'll show you the videos.
I haven't seen it yet.
But you will.
Literally.
Yeah, I will show them to you. But because I was sent and it's like, and he's freaking out. You haven't seen Harry. You won't see Harry. Meghan Markle has gone back to her old MO, which is before when she was enamored, she would tag them. Once she gets them and she's on the discarding mood, she doesn't tag them. She disappears and she starts making them the evil people.
Untaggable.
Okay.
Yes.
So what are the other 2 videos?
And another one of the videos is of him undisposed.
What?
What is that undisposed? What does that mean?
Yeah, what?
He's not himself. Like when Snoop Dogg had too much smoke.
Oh, he's high.
Himself.
Why are you bringing Snoop Dogg into this? Why are you bringing Snoop Dogg into this?
Undisposed, yeah. Indisposed.
What that? No. You use your hands as if they're puppets and act out what happened in the video.
I can't.
All right.
Because that's not even.
Okay.
So I'm actually starting another channel, guys. It's going to be called Politics Unleashed because I'm going to post Politics Unleashed, and I want to.
I was fully on board until Manuela ruined it there. No, you cannot call it
on that channel that you guys have like.
No, Paula, you cannot call it politics. It sounds like you've got freaking. What is? No, it sounds like you've got Tourette's and you're going to be giving people advice on ticks. Okay, like you can't. You just got to call it politics with Paula if you want. You can't call it Paula ticks. No,
it's politics. It's PAULA.
No, I do not condone this.
Okay.
That sounds like you've got crazy level of Tourette's and you've been unleashed on someone.
No, it's gonna be brutal. I'm gonna have people because I won't care what I say in that channel. That's gonna be like, when did they get down, go for it, buddy? You know,
right,
because it's like I have so many amazing people and I have so much information that I can't show on the regular because right now my channel is being shadow banned. So in this channel, I don't care. I don't even care if it gets monetized, but I will have my say, damn it.
That's a much better title. Paula Talks That would have been a much better title for your channel, Paula. Just Paula Talks. Uh-huh.
I haven't. If you guys think about it, please give me.
Can we have the most brutal suggestions for Paula's second channel, please? Can you all suggest
this is
titles
gonna
for Paula's
be me
second channel,
being
please?
absolutely raw. I'm gonna have people at that channel that you're gonna think, damn. And I'm gonna have the videos. I don't care if I show those videos because I won't care if they take that channel
Can I
down.
ask, is somebody
Ron,
hungry?
Ron, I posted something in the private chat. See if
Oh,
you
God.
can open it.
Oh, I don't.
But
Why does it
because,
say?
I get all these
It's
I get
Fergie.
all these tips. I get all
No,
these tips
doesn't
and
work.
all these videos, right? But I
Doesn't work.
can't show them on that other channel, on my channel, because they're so controversial.
What
So
the
I want to
look,
show
look,
them one
Paula.
ball video.
Paula, give me a second. Is someone hungry or is there a dog sleeping? Because every
Oh.
now and again, all I can hear is.
Oh, it's Bodhi snoring.
It's a pug! Yes, it's a pug, baby. So to whoever thought, whoever asked who is snoring about 10 minutes ago, I was like, "What the hell are you talking about?" And then I started to tune into it. I'm like, "Is that my stomach rumbling or something like that?" And I was like, "Oh God," because I know it's not me who's either farting or hungry, and it's me with 4 women, and I'm like, someone's about to get a moment here.
I know.
It's the pug. That's right. Oh God! Right,
You have no
cool.
idea what Manuel I just said.
Well,
No,
my
sorry,
title.
Manuel.
Raw dogging it with Paula. It's like
Raw dogging it. Yes, yes. Yeah, actually, that's a banger too. That's right. That's the one to beat side chat.
They're gonna think I'm doing something with
raw
me,
dogging
and
it.
that's not gonna happen.
Too funny.
So it's actually, but it's so Harry. This is why you don't see Harry, and also because he's in England most of the time now with King Charles, which is why we're seeing such negative PR against William. We've got 3 articles
So
right
Charles
now
is pissed off at William too.
because William kicked out Camilla's sister. He's kicking out everybody. He's basically undoing what he's done at the cornwall because we've had Amanda Platel, Rebecca English, and another cow come in and literally trash Prince William just because he's moving into Windsor Castle on the Windsor grounds, but it's just private. They have trees around him. They're paying for everything, but they're really literally trashing him. And Harry is in the UK most of the time now and in New York. Right, Pat?
That's
Especially
right.
New York.
Especially New York.
So they're losing access to William, and that's pissing them off because he's actually disturbing the apple cart right now. He's pulling himself a little bit further back.
I can't wait for King. I can't wait for King William. We're gonna see, and he doesn't want a coronation. He just wants to get down to business and
King Billy.
Yeah, and also he is very limiting in terms of Harry, because I think Harry is in talks with like trying to get back into the fold, right? But William wants nothing to do with Harry, especially that he's still with Meghan. At least more is coming out about that as well. So there's just no reconciliation with William and Harry, like, because William just doesn't want anything to do with him. But they are trying to help him back into the fold.
I just want to say something saying, well, he's WEF, also World Economic Forum. But the thing is that William has been trying to cut ties with the WEF. And that's why we're seeing a lot of negative publicity against him, because he's doing things that are completely opposite to what it should be. Because otherwise we'll be getting glowing PR, but he's getting really pummeled by the British press right now.
Yeah, he really is. They're turning on him big time over very minute, insignificant, like stupid stuff, right? Because there's nothing there.
What's the latest you've heard, Pat?
One was about him moving to the
Windsor Castle, Windsor grounds.
Windsor. No, the lodge, Royal Lodge. No,
it's in Windsor
Forest
grounds.
Lodge. Forest Lodge.
But it's in Windsor grounds.
Yeah, but they're just like, it's too isolating. He should not. They're saying he should not be there, making that into a big deal. Like he's not a part, of what the history of the monarchy is, where you're accessible to the people. People can see you, like you are in the fold of where the people go to see the home, the castle. So he's not in that space. He's isolated with all this land around him and
trees.
making him
trees. They don't like
Trees.
that he has trees around his house.
Yeah,
So they can
well,
actually
they're
take
just
the-
exactly. So they're insignificant things. They're making up stories saying how bad he is or things that he's doing over stupid stuff. Like that's not something to be a like. Why are you putting out negative PR
Yeah.
about that? To me, it
And he's
sounds
paying for everything. He's paying for the movies, paying for everything.
yeah, yeah. I'm in denial. Someone said, okay.
No, she's not in denial. It's a fact, like, but I'm so Harry is a lot in the UK. Don't believe that BS because they can get in and out whenever they want to, and we don't know about it.
I mean, think about it. We haven't seen now one updated photo with Harry and Meghan together on her Instagram. The one she posted on Valentine's Day was an old photo. Why are you posting old photo? And even the collage of the videos with the kids, those weren't recent.
The 4th of July.
4th of July, they weren't even posted at all with the kids or Harry for that matter.
Yep. It is something really fishy is going on, and we're gonna see the unraveling of Meghan because I wonder if this woman is gonna post the videos that she took at Kensington because that would be espionage because you're not allowed to take films and stuff like that. Like she filmed herself going into the vault. And anybody who's been to London and you go to the crown jewel exhibitions, you are not even allowed to bring a phone.
She won't show.
You not, yeah, I got in trouble when I went there because I was
You
trying to
did?
film. Yeah, and I didn't know. I guess I didn't pay attention where they said you couldn't.
And
But
this
yeah,
was a public exhibition, right, Pat?
yeah, this was public, and you couldn't even bring your phone. You couldn't film anything.
All right, I've got to do my post follow up.
Yeah, we're gonna get going because Manuela has to go to get her eyes checked, and I'm gonna walk her there because she's blind as a bat right now.
I have to go to the.
But we'll talk to you guys later. And Ron, I'll call you later, okay, sweetie? And
Yeah, no
thank you,
problem.
Lady Leticia. Oh, Lady Leticia has a
Yes.
live. You have a live coming, Lady Leticia, and also Manuela. If you guys can
Tonight.
yes, tonight Manuela has. Where is it? Where is it?
Shop LC. My son is on for 2 hours doing his skincare. Everybody
sweet.
has to watch it and support it.
Really cool.
I'm sharing it right
Okay.
now.
Texas. He's in Texas, in Austin.
Oh, okay, that's awesome.
So he's gonna be doing a live there at 7 Eastern. Please go check because Kian is gonna be there. Her son, very handsome man,
We're gonna like.
and we're gonna live stream it too. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. And
Okay.
Pidina, you have a live coming up, right?
Yeah, I'll be live at 5 o'clock today in 2 hours.
We'll
No,
send the
1
info
hour. 1
thing
hour.
for Keon's thing. So if everybody could just do a little plug, no matter where you are in the world, we appreciate it.
Yeah, I'll put it on my community page. I'll share the link so you guys can go check it because
Now
he's
put
gonna.
it in the WhatsApp too.
I'll put it
I'll
in
put
the
it in WhatsApp group.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
Thank you guys, and we'll see you
Okay.
soon. I have to walk this woman, otherwise she's gonna be like
I gotta
Stevie
be
wandering
now.
herself all the way through Yorkville.
Right. Well, listen, thanks for being here, ladies. Thank you. We're coming up to the last 5 minutes of the show anyway. So, Pete, Diana, Lady Leticia, I'll start with you, Lady Leticia. Anything else you want to say? Anything that's coming up you want to remind us of, or anything like that? Let us know.
Well, I was trying to send you a picture of Fergie looking like a monster, but I've
Was
had,
is that what you were trying to send?
Yeah.
It never opened. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. It never opened, my G. I'm so sorry.
yeah.
So sorry.
But no, great live. Enjoyed it.
Yeah, it
It's
was
so
good fun.
good to see you, P. Dinah, as always.
Yes, you too,
Yeah.
dear. Yes, nice to be here when I can.
Oh, 100%.
Yes.
100%. We appreciate it. What have you got coming up, P. Dinah? What's
Well,
next
just
for
my life for today in an hour, and I'm going to be just talking more about the Prince Andrew situation and Meghan's connection. There's a lot of there when you think
Yeah.
about it.
Oh.
There really is.
Yeah. Well, look,
So,
Sean will be live in an hour. I'm live in 15 minutes, and my show ends when Sean's show starts. It's over on my channel. I'm just giving everybody an update on Julia Vandale, her case, what has been going on, and all the rest of it. So come and join us there. That is at 9:15 in 15 minutes. Then Sean will be live at 10 o'clock with Lionel, going over the super fun, awesome facts of the judge blocking the Epstein files from being used in the Clinton case.
yeah.
Awesome job, Judge. Nothing suspicious there. No reason to check that judge's hard drives. At all. Allegedly.
Right.
Yeah. Well, look, ladies, it's always a pleasure, and thank you so much for being here. Thank you to the side chat. You guys are awesome. Thank you to the mods. Thank you to the Sean Atwood team, and we'll see you on the next one. Thank you all for being here. Take care.
Bye.
Peace.
Bye bye.